Hey, yo, what's up? It's Smooth.
Vaughn.
This is Riggs.
And Slick Money.
And you are now listening to the
Switch Style Podcast.
Welcome to the Switch Style Podcast, where we encourage you to think beyond what you hear. I'm your host, Smooth, and joining me tonight, Riggs and Vaughn. What up, Riggs?
What's going on? How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, we're great. Glad to see you, man.
Good to see everybody, too.
Vaughn, what up?
What up?
Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Thanks for inviting us out.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, we're glad to hang out. We're glad to be hanging out in your studios tonight.
That's right.
Beautiful crib.
Thank
A lot of feng shui.
Yeah. She got snacks, too. She got a whole lot of snacks. If I was about 10 years younger, I would have took up on them snacks.
Well, that's what happens when you have a 13-year-old. You have to have food.
And shout out Santana. I know he's somewhere.
Not here.
Yeah. But shout out Santana and audience, thank you for joining us tonight. This is actually episode 31 of the Switch Style Podcast. And on tonight's episode, it'll be, I won't say a quick episode, but we're doing one of our favorite things that we always love to do, which is an album review. And tonight we're actually reviewing Lady Gaga's Joanne. So, did you guys have a great weekend?
We did. I did.
Not so much. But
Not so much.
Hey,
Okay.
gotta keep it rolling.
Okay, audience. Riggs didn't have a great weekend, but like he said, we'll keep it rolling.
I was working.
Vaughn was
Both
working.
days, Saturday and Sunday.
Wow, you getting some extra money.
That
Yeah.
paper, that Skrilla.
I had to
Yeah.
pay that tutor.
There you go. There you go. I don't blame you. But audience, again, like I said, this is episode 31 of the Switch Style Podcast, and we're reviewing Lady Gaga's Joanne. And also, before we jump into it, we'll update the charts real fast. And we don't have any notable new releases this week, so it'll actually be pretty quick this week. But before we jump into it, if you like what you hear, please remember to follow us on iTunes, Google Play Music, and SoundCloud, all at Switch Style Podcast. And also check us out on Facebook
Instagram.
and
Twitter.
all right, here we go. Let's jump into it. On the Billboard 200, Kings of Leon's Waltz debuts at number 1, earning 77,000 units. 68,000 of those were traditional album sales. Also, The Game's 1992 starts at number 4, earning 32,000 units. 25,000 of those were in traditional album sales. And last but not least, JoJo's Mad Love hits number 6, earning 25,000 units. 19,000 of those were traditional album sales. Guys, any thoughts on the Billboard 200?
Oh, yeah. Congratulations to Kings of Leon for their first number 1. The other joints were number 2s and number 4s. But I'm happy for them getting their number 1.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Vaughn, do you have any thoughts on any of those?
No. I don't know too much about Kings of Leon.
Yeah, they're actually a rock band out of Nashville, and their big hit was You Somebody. You Somebody.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Yeah, I'm try to do a little something. Yeah, they might call
Thanks for
me
helping
up.
me out. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Somebody. Yeah, it goes like that. But that's it, Kings of Leon. And like Rick said, congratulations to them and the game as well. And JoJo, it's been around a while since she's been around. So congratulations to her as well. And on the Hot 100, the Chainsmokers and Halsey. Closer is the number 1 song of the country for a 10th consecutive week.
Yay.
Watch out, Chainsmokers. Watch out.
Yeah. Well, somebody's coming.
Oh, somebody's coming.
Somebody's coming. Who do you think?
Coming.
Somebody's coming to knock them off?
Somebody's coming.
Who do you think?
Gaga.
Gaga? Yeah. I think my favorite song that's probably in the top 10 is that Bruno Mars song.
Oh, okay.
24
think
Karat
so?
Magic.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me kind of too close to...
Or Roger and Zapp.
yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely taking a lot of his cues from the old school. A lot of old school R&B.
And that can work.
Yeah.
It can work to your favor.
But congratulations to the Chainsmokers and Halsey. And Vaughn, like you said, Gaga, she is going to debut at number 1 next week. So congratulations to her ahead of time. And also, just a few notes on Closer. It's actually the 33rd number 1 to lead the Hot 100 for at least 10 weeks. And just to put it in perspective, there have been a total of 1,000 and 57 number one hits. And only 33 of those have led the chart for 10 weeks. And the last one to do it was actually Drake's One Dance.
Right.
This year.
That.
Yeah, we got tired of talking about him too.
I know.
Yeah, I know that's Von's
so
a little
boy.
less tired.
Yeah.
But tired nonetheless.
Yeah, audience Riggs is so tired. He over there nodding. He about to fall on the table. Sandman hanging on his eyes, on his eyelids.
Hey, if I fall over on my face, they grab the back of my collar and pick me back up.
Yeah, just pick him up.
Put my notes in front of me. I'm good.
Yeah. But yeah, audience, that's actually it on the chart update. But again, before we move on to the actual album review, again, if you like what you hear, again, please follow us on iTunes, Google Play Music, and SoundCloud, all at Switch Style Podcast. And please remember to follow us on Facebook,
Instagram,
and
Twitter.
All right, guys, here we go. Let's jump into the review. And audience, if you haven't heard one of our reviews before, we'd like to give you a quick bio on the artist just to give you an idea of who they are, where they come from, and what they've done. So here we go. Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata was born March 28th, 1986 in New York City, New York. As a child, Stephanie learned to play the piano and even participated in musical theater in high school. After teaming up with producer and then boyfriend Rob Fusari, they came up with their stage name, which was inspired by Queen's Radio Gaga. Their efforts eventually led to Gaga signing with Def Jam in late 2006, where she was dropped by their label in less than a year. In 2007, she signed with Interscope Records and Akon's Con Live imprint. To date, Lady Gaga is one of music's biggest stars. She has earned over 10 million US album sales, 6 Grammy Awards, 13 top 10 hits, including 3 number ones, and 3 number one albums. Joanne is her 5th album, 4th solo album. Remember, she had the other album with Tony Bennett, Cheek to Cheek. So that's it. So now here we are with the review. And I want to ask you guys first off, we all know the album was named after her aunt, Joanne. So I guess my question is, what does that say to you guys about the impact that her aunt had on her?
Obviously tremendous.
Yeah.
Tragically, she died so young as well. That leaves a great impact. Not that anybody dying at any age doesn't leave an impact on you, but that definitely big.
And just for her to be named after her, that was big from the jump.
Yeah.
So she must have been a special girl from the start for them to name her after her.
And audience, to give you some backstory, of course, like we said, Joanne was Gaga's aunt. She actually died when she was 19 years old, and which was 12 years before Gaga was even born. So Lady Gaga never actually got to meet her aunt, which says a lot. It says how special she was. She died in 1974 from lupus, which is a chronic disease of the immune system. It attacks the body's tissue and causes inflammation. And so I'll ask you guys, Von, what stood out to you most? What was your favorite thing about the album, if you had one?
It was a lot of versatility. She was all over the place. She was singing opera. She was classical, dance. I was tapping my feet. It's all over the place. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. You could tell she's country, And I'm not a big country listener, but I got it. Mm-hmm. I got it. I got what I was listening to. I got it.
Okay.
She was political. She was all over the place.
You're right.
She bought it.
I agree.
Riggs,
what about you?
With that, I feel the same way, and I like the fact that she didn't. She did it all with like her feel, and she didn't just try to go 100% into a country song, and 100% into anything. Just like she kept her Gaga feel on whatever she did. So I like the broad range of different feels, different sounds that she had on this album. And the writing, I'm always with the writing. She's got some excellent writing, on this album.
And for me, I'm a big production fan, and Mark Ronson, and audience Mark Ronson, he's the executive producer. Him and Gaga executive produced the album, and if you don't know him, he had probably one of the biggest songs in the last of all time. Uptown Funk was huge, and it actually went diamond a few weeks ago. So Mark Ronson, he did Uptown Funk, and he was a big part of Amy Winehouse's Back to Black. So I was expecting maybe Gaga to go a bit more towards R&B or soul, but this was completely opposite. I mean, Mark, he adjusted to what she did best, which is what I liked.
And that is the sound of a great producer.
Exactly.
Because, most producers have kind of a sound. And, you can hear their sound on a different artist. But to, completely kind of change how you do what you do to fit somebody, and it's really their sound. Yeah, that's talent.
And I saw where they said it was soul rooted. That someone has said that it was a soul rooted album, and you can tell where it was to day-to-day matters,
right?
Things that it came out her soul that she really felt. Even looking at her performance on Saturday Night Live, you could tell she feels it.
Yeah,
she feels it. And when she sung one of my favorite songs, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, she does. And Vaughn, it's funny you mentioned the feeling, because, and I told you guys earlier, she actually felt human to me. And you mentioned it earlier. She didn't seem like a character. It didn't seem like a gimmick. Like there's no meat dresses and all the crazy stuff.
It was just Stephanie.
Right.
It was just Stephanie.
Exactly. And that's what I appreciated most. And you all, what does it say that she's continued to evolve with each album? I don't think any of her albums sound completely alike. That's what I like about her most.
Same thing, like, growing as a person, as an artist, and switching and changing. And, everybody talks about Madonna when it comes to, like, reinventing herself. But, like, Gaga has done it. She hasn't really necessarily, well, to a degree, reinvented herself, but she just kind of went through the whole range of who she already is. Right. So that's I like that. Appreciate it.
And it's funny, she's grown as a person, too, because when she first hit the scene, she was... Well, she's 30 now, so she was, maybe 23? Because she hit the scene in about 09. So she's grown as a person, and, her lyrical content, it's a lot more mature. Vaughn, what were some of your favorite songs? I know you had some of those.
Ayo, Perfect Illusion, Million Reasons, Come to Mama, Hey Girl, Angel Down, and is it Jarori Girls?
Grigio.
Like
the
Pinot
drink.
Grigio wine.
Pinot Grigio.
Grigio girls. Okay. Grigio. I messed that all up.
Yeah, and I can relate to that song personally, but it made me think about this scene and Waiting to Excel. Yeah.
Everybody sitting around. Yes. And especially what just went on in my life with my good girlfriend passing away, and just, you got to celebrate. That song really tells you have to celebrate each other. And lift each other up. And even when they're not around, you got to lift yourselves up in order to be there for them. So
I agree, because that Grigio Girls, and what's the other song? You guys got the CD over there? Well, no, I got it. It's Hey Girl.
Hey Girl. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
I think Hey Girl and Grigio Girls, they kind of coincide.
Yeah.
They're pretty much saying that you have to.
I like Grigio Girl, but I wasn't crazy about Hey Girl.
That was the one I liked the most, because it reminded me of Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, I heard that.
No, that's what was behind it. Yeah.
It
kind of disappointed me, because it was like, I was expecting more. Like, the sentiment in the song is cool, but I was expecting more, a different vocal pattern maybe, and just more musicality.
Okay.
Through the whole song. I was expecting it to build up from the first part that you hear and you really like it. That's all I was expecting it to build a bit. So it kind of disappointed me in that way. It's not a bad song, but to use that track, I thought it was going to be like amazing.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that, the musicality part. I think throughout the album, they kept it very vanilla. Like, and for all you music theory fans or music buffs, from what I'm hearing, most of the chord structures are pretty much just major triads. They really don't delve deep into the sevenths and the ninths. The chord structures aren't really big. They're mainly pop chords.
Well, I mean, it's pop.
Yeah, it's pop music. You don't hear a lot of chords that bring out a lot of emotion that you would hear in jazz or R&B or soul. So, and I agree with you, Riggs. I thought I would have heard more of that, at least in that one song.
Right.
Briggs, do you have any favorite songs?
I like the John Wayne song.
Yeah.
That song is dope to me. Perfect Illusion is cool. Sinner's Prayer I like. A Million Reasons is definitely a very strong song. I like that. That's a very good song.
Very.
The Come to Mama, the music to it, I didn't care that much for. But the idea behind it was cool. Grigio Girls was dope. And Just Another Day I liked. And was it Fallen Angel?
Angel Down.
Angel Down.
Angel
Yeah,
Down.
that's the one that was about
Trayvon
Trayvon Martin.
Oh, and Joanne.
Joanne, yeah, the title track.
Right.
Joanne.
You went crazy about it.
That wasn't crazy.
And I guess for me, the fact that it was about her aunt, and to me, it just amazes me that she never met the lady, and the lady died. Well, I keep talking about it like she's some random lady, but
Hey.
her aunt Joanne died 12 years before Gaga was even born. So I think it says a lot that her father probably continued to talk about it. And I know Gaga mentioned that they had pictures of her all around the house.
I mean, you can think about it like, if you have a parent that dies, the one parent, tells you so much about the parent and what they meant, in their life. So you kind of, about them and you kind of know them without knowing them and you long to know them and,
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the same thing probably to happen, with the aunt.
And
so,
you feel like you know 'em.
Yeah.
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 She's
Because
probably
their spirit is all around.
somewhat the embodiment of who she was, really.
And it's funny you mentioned spirit because I've read a few interviews and she said she felt like her spirit lived through her, and her aunt was a painter and a poet. So, and for all of you Gaga fans, you know that she's been talking about her aunt for a long time because one of her aunt's poems was in the liner notes of her first album, The Fame Monster.
Jay's always got those tidbits.
Yeah,
I know he
tidbits.
does. And like in looking through the album, like she has her high school
What, student ID?
student ID in here. It's just like you can say, this album is really about family. It's about family.
Yeah, it's a very personal album.
Pictures of her. I guess some of these are picture of her aunt too.
Yeah. But musically, the album is very diverse, and one of the more interesting songs was Dancing in Circles.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I know Riggs. I'll let Riggs tell you more about that.
Well, she always gotta go. She gotta push a button a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dancing in Circles, song about self gratification. It's kind of brilliantly done. The writing. It's you know exactly what she's talking about, and it is graphic without being super graphic, and different plays on words, and about dancing in circles in the middle, and how she has her hands like makes them believe that it's somebody else's hands, and something like when you come around or whatever. So yeah, it's she's a wild girl.
Yeah,
I wonder why I did not read.
Which one?
I didn't go through the words on that song.
Oh, Dancing in Circles. And it sort of has this island type vibe, or more of a Middle Eastern type vibe, I would say. And mainly I said Middle Eastern because of the sitars that come in throughout the song. So it kind of gives it that Middle Eastern vibe. It's very tribal. It's it's one of the I like Dancing in Circles.
I like the cheekiness about it more than the actual song itself, But once you hear it, you can't like turn it off. You gotta listen to it all the way through at least once.
Yeah, you do. And this is, it's lyrically, it's a very deep album. She speaks in a lot of subtleties. I mean, it's not something that you can just go through with one listen and pick up everything. So I think it takes multiple listens, but I think it's a really good album, and it's the album she wanted to make. It's going in the direction that she wants to go in. So I applaud any artist for stepping out and trying something different.
Yeah, and lately the artists that have been doing that have really been on the money.
Yeah.
Very successful.
Yeah, they have. And her entire team, Hillary Lindsey, Vaughn talked about her earlier, who wrote Million Reasons, and she worked on another song. Which one was it?
She's on a lot of stuff.
Yes, it was Million Reasons and Grigio Girls as well. And just some background on Hillary Lindsey. She's a Grammy Award winner who wrote probably two of the hugest country songs in in history, or at least the last 15 years. Carrie Underwood's Jesus Take the Wheel and Little Big Town's Girl Crush. So Hillary Lindsey, she's a talented lady, and I think the pairing was really good.
And you can tell from also the backstory, you know, them hanging out and her staying a month in her with LA and just, you know, talking and hanging out and writing music. I would love to do something like that.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's even better when you get to do it in Rick Rubin's studio.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And with Gaga.
Right. Because they recorded a lot of the album in Shangri-La, which is Rick Rubin's legendary studio out in LA. And it's funny, she also writes her lyrics with a typewriter.
Right.
Did you see that?
Yeah, she does it with a typewriter.
Yeah.
Yep. All her lyrics is done with the old school typewriter.
Yeah, I thought that was real interesting.
Tick, 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 ding.
Right. And Vaughn, I know you asked last week if she was still with Vincent Herbert, and yes,
she is. Okay.
She is.
Good.
She was signed to his record label, Streamline Records.
Oh.
So he's not.
Okay.
I don't know if he was actually ever her personal manager, but he was always involved. So she's always been signed. It's like a joint venture between Streamline and Interscope. And she was under Akon. Akon got it. Akon probably made made a lot of money off of her.
Vince
I told you that house.
Yeah. Yeah. The house that Gaga built.
Did y'all hear about the new house that she's about to get into?
Who, Gaga?
Yeah, Frank Zappa's old house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she should invite us.
$5.25 million.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, she's got a lot of great things working, and you know, she's doing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In February.
A lot of things going good for her.
And I don't know if you guys read it as well, but she was saying that the NFL asked to listen to the album.
Yes, and she said that's what made them say it's a go.
Yeah. It sealed the deal.
So they liked what they heard. And she was on board.
So let me ask you guys this. Ken, go ahead.
So what's even doper is the producer.
Who? Runton?
Yeah. So now he's been on there even more than her, really. Because he's been behind the
Bruno.
the artist Bruno and her twice. So
wow.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
Yeah, Mark Ronson is an audience. If you hadn't checked out Mark Ronson, please do so. He put out an album last year. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's escaping me. But Mark Ronson's he's a bad boy. He's from New York as well, and he's about 10 years older than Gaga.
Yeah, I believe they went to the brother and like sister high schools.
Yeah.
In the same little area.
So, guys, let me ask you this. Can we put all the Madonna comparisons to rest, or will that always stick with her?
Please put it to rest.
Yeah.
I think it's going to stick with her a bit, but I mean, even though, you know, like even she says the difference is that she writes, she plays instruments, she's, you know, it's like, I guess, the difference between Michael Jackson and Prince.
Right.
Because Prince is actually, you know, but it's not taking anything away from Michael because he definitely knows music or new music. But, you know, Prince was a virtuoso, played everything.
Yeah, everything.
You know, wrote and produced like everything. His first album played every instrument.
Everything.
Wrote every song, everything. So there's always going to be a difference, but there's always going to be a comparison.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it. At this point, I mean, we've probably gone through, in terms of popular music, well, we're well into 60, 70 years of popular music. So it's really hard to be completely original these days, I think. Whenever somebody comes out, or if they feel as if they're doing something new, it's inevitable. I mean, you'll be compared to somebody at some point.
That's an accurate statement. You're right about that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being compared to Madonna, but it's like they compare B to her. It's like everything is compared to Madonna. And I know Madonna, like we said last week, this is her lifetime of achievements. But I don't think she's nothing like Madonna.
So, okay.
She's nothing like her. So
Yeah.
Just let it rest.
Just let it rest.
Let her be her.
Just let her be her.
Let her be her.
Yeah, and it's kind of tough because, you know, Madonna was such a huge influence on everybody. You know, all those Prince, Michael, Madonna,
Right.
Janet.
the bleach blonde, the big stage show, the strong sexuality.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think that's a lot with everybody, like, because she was the one who brought it out. Like, Nicki Minaj probably wouldn't,
Right.
Everybody done, Madonna has influenced in some type of way.
Yeah, it's tough to get away from it. But Gaga, keep doing what you're doing. I think it's a good album. It's not one of my favorite albums this year, but throughout this entire process, I learned a whole lot more about Lady Gaga, and I feel that I know her slightly more personally than I did when the Fame came out. Because now it doesn't seem like, and Vaughn said earlier, she's not vying for the attention of everybody. Mm-hmm. She has our attention now.
Yep. She has our
that
attention.
was a brilliant statement.
So she can focus on, like Vaughn said, being an artist, which is what's most important.
Right, and she's not like a music Marvel character right now.
Right. Yeah, because
you don't know what you'll be like, what is she? That's just like when we was watching a video, a spider was going across her face. She's like, okay.
Right.
But she's toning that down.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's going to be in more dress and not all the character stuff and all the wild stuff. So
right.
She's taking a different approach all the way around.
Yeah, she is.
And I think that comes with growth.
It does.
Yeah,
she's a bit older now. And who is that commercial with? Is it Budweiser? She's going around. She's doing like a dive bar tour. She performed last Thursday, and
yeah, it is Budweiser.
She performed at, I forgot the name of the venue, but it was where she got her start. She performed a pretty nice concert. So she's all about giving back to the fans, and I like Gaga.
And then she puts a different, like in the album, she did 2 political songs, about things that's going on today. So it's not like she's in her own little bubble. And that's probably why her little monsters follow her, because she's in a wide range. She's not just thinking about what she's doing. She's in things that are important to other people also. And like she said, this whole album was about family. It was about the love, and just she wanted to express that, like, we gotta love each other. And what was that? The song that she was talking about. We had the
Come to Mama.
Come to Mama. Mm-hmm. Yes, she was talking about, like, we have to love each other.
We do.
So
I love y'all.
We appreciate that. You good dude too. Good dude. He left on Saturday, but he's still a good dude. No, just mess with him. But yeah, let me ask y'all this, and considering the times that we're living in now, everybody has a social or political song. Does Angel Down, the song that was written about Trayvon Martin, do you guys feel that she was sincere? And I'm not saying implying that she was insincere, but do you guys feel that it was just a gimmick, or was it something?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
She's got enough things, to put out for gimmicks. Mm-hmm. I do believe it was sincere. I mean, the whole album was sincere, in my opinion.
And she says he was assassinated. She said that out her mouth, that he was assassinated.
Yeah.
So I don't think somebody who, just trying to talk the talk would say something like that about somebody and putting her name on it and putting a song on in her album about it. No, I don't think so.
So guys, that's pretty much the review. Well, one last question. Will you still be listening to it a month from now?
Yeah.
Think so?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think especially Million Reasons. And I like Ayo and Perfect Illusion. So yeah, I think those. And
yeah, I agree. I love Million Reasons. If you're anybody who's gone through anything, and it's probably more specifically catered to a female audience. Like if you're a woman that's gone through anything, you've dealt with an assortment of men over the years.
And guys get tired too.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Guys get tired too.
Yeah, you're right.
So guys can relate to that too.
Yeah,
that was.
It's just a woman saying.
Making me feel kind of feminine now.
But no, I'm not just saying it's for ladies and audience. It's not just for the women,
right?
But it's a really great song. It's probably one of the better written songs I've heard this year. So shout out to Hillary Lindsey and Gaga. They did a great job on that song.
Yeah, staying a month in the house worked.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely works.
But she said she had to get to know her, like be around her, see what she going through, and she was like, that's how you really get something out of a person. You be around them and spend time and go places and you see their reactions to things, and she was like, it just brought it out. She said she saw who she respected her before. She respected her way more after being with her for a month. I was like, that's what's up.
And that's a good thing. You don't hear anybody say that they've been around Gaga or work with Gaga and don't like respect her more, like her more, appreciate her more.
Right.
You know, everybody who speaks about her. So that's a great thing.
I want to see her typing on that.
It's a picture of her in the
matter of fact, one of the videos that we were watching earlier had her typing.
I must admit it.
Yeah, typing on a typewriter. But it's funny, I like the fact that she didn't have a lot of collaborators on the album. I mean, you know, mostly it's Mark Ronson, her, Hillary Lindsay, Blood Pop. And Blood Pop, he's one of the bigger producers right now. He did a lot of Justin Bieber stuff, Tinashe, Florence Welch, Josh Homme. And, you know, I can appreciate that because we've reviewed some albums this year where there were like 60 and 80, 100 people involved, and the writing was a complete mess.
Right. Well, the good thing too, well, everybody that she collaborated with pretty much plays an instrument. Right. So it's like you don't need a lot of people to come in and you know, be session musicians and so on, and this person for this person for that. They already come with a package, so it's easier to just get in and work together and, you know, get stuff done, and then, you know, fill other stuff in later.
Now, I'm going to say that was the difference between, like, I know when we was talking about Usher, how Usher, all those writers, because it wasn't no feeling from him. And I understand when you were saying, like, they want to get to know, but it wasn't no feeling from him. You could tell this girl, this is feeling from her. You could tell 100% this is feeling from her. Every sweat tip, everything, this is her. This is 100% her. So that's why she didn't have to have, that's why she said, I write all my stuff.
Yep.
I write. So like with Usher, he don't write all his stuff. He got to get people to write and he just deliver it. So that's why we probably might not never get to know Usher.
Yeah. Yeah. You absolutely right.
We probably ain't gonna never get to know Usher.
I don't know. That just don't bother me.
It don't.
Yeah. As long as you put somebody's feelings.
Right.
Still got to be your own, but you know, if you're putting somebody's feelings through and you can make them convincing, that's all right for me.
Just to add to Vaughn's, it just came across as a lot more genuine.
And
well, sincere.
Yeah. Don't get me. I'm saying I appreciate her genuineness. You know, that's kind of, you know, I was saying about the whole Trayvon joint or whatever, and
yeah,
you know, so yeah, I feel that. But I was just saying, as far as like Usher goes, you know, hey, I don't need to know Usher like that.
Yeah, you're right. And it's funny, like the Usher review it surpassed everybody except Keith Sweat. Like that's one of our highest played shows.
And actually, I've been hearing Keith Sweat a lot on the radio.
Really?
Lately, yeah.
Wow. I wonder if we had anything to do with it.
Months, and then now, you know, hey, a little bit of payola maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Could be. But again, congratulations to Gaga and everybody, Mark Ronson, all of the writers, the producers that were involved in the musicians that were involved in the making of the album, because you guys did a great job. So if you're listening to us right now, everybody here at Switch Style, we feel that you guys did a great job. So keep it going. And
it was a pleasure to review.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
Yes, it was. And I'll say with my shout outs, but
go ahead. I
just wanted to say I'm thankful for this platform for me to excel myself and listen to something, because I never listened to the other Gagas. I just listened to what they had on the radio, to be honest. But to listen to her whole album, I think I was doing a disservice to myself in the past from not, you know, checking her out.
Yeah.
She a deep girl. And I think probably because I was looking at all that other stuff. Like, oh, this clown. You know?
Yeah. But it was like you said, it was a lot of smoking mirrors. It was a big facade. It was this whole image that she created for herself, and that's probably, I don't know her personally, but that might not have been who she wanted to be.
Right.
She could have just been doing it to get attention. And,
yeah.
Like who wants to wear a meat suit? Like, I mean, I'm not putting a big slab of ribs on my leg or, you know, bacon around my wrist. Or, I mean, but, you know, that's probably not who she was. You never know. And again, at the time, you know, she admitted that she had a drug problem. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, or not making light of it or fun of it, but but she could have been doing it to get the attention.
Me too. It's convenient when you got the munchies, I guess. You know.
Right. Yeah. Eating on your wrist, bacon. Grab your leg, grab a rib off of it. But let me ask y'all this, and we'll wrap it up real quick. If you can switch the albums around, if Joanne came out first and the Fame and she tried to do the Fame Monster now, well, if Joanne was her first album, would she have been as big of a star as she is now?
Nah.
See, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I agree.
Nah.
So I mean, she took a risk, and it paid off. Mm-hmm. And it's sad that you have to
expose yourself in that type
exactly.
In order to get attention, in order to get people to listen and to buy your music, and it worked though, because them little monsters, they love her.
They do. They love her. So all you little monsters, go out and buy the album.
Oh, they probably already copped it. Did I see somewhere they said it was $3.99?
Yes, they.
What was it?
They
Google Play.
Yeah, what happened was the same, because she's leaving the label. They're thinking the label put the album at the lowest price you can put for an album.
Wow.
Yeah, so they put a deep discount on it.
Wow. Well, I wish I could have gotten it for only $4. But it's okay. One day we'll get free music.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Put it in existence.
Yeah.
It's coming.
But guys, did you have anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
Good. All right. Well, let's figure out, let's let the audience in on what we're listening to this week. You guys got anything that you're listening to?
Well, I have been listening to, for the last week, I have been listening to, ever since Friday, I've been listening to Joanne by Gaga. But I also came across Lloyd True, and I've been listening to that song. I love it.
Great song.
Great song. Yes, it is.
And me, I've been listening to Roy Hargrove, the Family album.
Roy Hargrove, the Family. The Family album. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
He always so deep.
Yeah, he always deep. Yeah,
I love it, though. I love it.
Yeah, audience, that's what you're going to get from Riggs.
That's right.
Well, it's not obscure, but to a lot of people, it might be obscure, just unknown. So
Yeah. And I like some of the stuff he said, I be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I listen to it. I write it down. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for broadening my horizons.
Yeah.
Hey, we each broaden each other's.
My music palette is growing.
That's what we're here to do. That's
right.
what we're here to do. And for me, I'm like Vaughn, the last few days, it's been Gaga. It's been all Gaga. And I'll actually give you my favorite Gaga track is actually Love Game. It was on her first album.
Love Game? Okay.
So check out Love Game from The Fame, or The Fame Monster, whichever you prefer. Check out that. And check out Hey Girl, Million Reasons, Ayo, Angel Wayne. Down, John Wayne. Check out the whole album, Joanne. I mean,
you'll find something.
Right.
Because I was sitting there like tapping, like you'll find something.
Yeah, you'll find something.
You'll find something.
There's something here for everybody, whether you like rock, country, pop. Mm-hmm. Even if you like R&B, there might be a song or two that you could get it to. But if you like great songwriting, you'll like it. So yeah, that's it for me. That's what I've been listening to. You guys got anything else?
No. Shout out Luana.
Yeah, shout out Luana. Yeah, let's last call. Let's shout some people out and we can go home.
All right.
Appreciate it being able to go to the play this weekend.
Yeah. Shout out to Luana. Yeah, Riggs and I actually went to a play this weekend, and it was a great play. It was called If You Can Just See Me. It was one of our greatest fans, Miss LLK Walker. So if she's coming to a city near you, please check her out. Go check her out on Facebook. The name of her production company is Lineage Productions.
Okay.
So go check her out. They did an amazing job. They all act. They all sing. It's her and her entire family. It's a great family affair. So I enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Congrats, Luana. I'm so proud of a sister doing her thing. Congratulations to you.
HM3, Big Boy Cigars, Uncle E.
My
baby.
His baby.
My kids.
His kids.
That's right.
everybody listen to Switch Style Podcast.
And everybody listening to the Switch Hour, you see him as hype, man.
On Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
There you go.
That's right.
Bam.
And I like to shout out to my Swiss Style Podcast family. Thank you so much. It's always enlightening to be here. And again, like I said, thank you for enlightening my music palette. All of our listeners, family, and friends, love you guys. Thank you for listening. Please check us out. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And happy birthday to Miss Monica today. And today's Drake's birthday?
Yeah, Monica and Drake.
And Drake. My boo. Oh my gosh. They had it. Oh gosh. They had a picture of him.
Back up.
They had a picture
number
of him.
2, didn't it?
Yeah, he'll probably be a number 1 next week.
Okay.
They had a picture of him. Oh my gosh. He had on like a pink. I'm like, this boy, he looking good.
That's your boo, huh?
Yeah. I'm too old for him, but he is cute.
Drake, Vaughn want to holler at you.
But
Drake.
yeah, happy birthday to Miss Monica and to Drake. Happy birthday, you guys.
Yeah, Drake, she got snacks, man. You better come over. She got Kool-Aid,
Chips,
chips, Sprite. She got everything.
Got Hot Pockets over here.
Hot Pockets. She got Hot Pockets.
Hot pockets.
Oh, she got everything. Yeah, Drake, she opened the refrigerator. Stuff just started falling out.
Well, you gotta have food. You gotta feed the children.
Yeah, you got to feed them.
Man.
But like Vaughn said, shout out Drake and Monica. Happy birthday to you both. They both were born October 24th, which is today. But audience, by the time you're hearing this, it'll be later on in October. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I rewinded the calendar back. It took us back. But yeah, shout out to my crew, Riggs and Vaughn. Vaughn, thank you for having us in your lovely studios tonight.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Shout out. This is the honeycomb.
The honeycomb. Yeah, we are in the honeycomb. That's the name of Vaughn Studios.
The honeycomb.
And shout out to Slick Money. Hopefully all is well with your homie. We'll see you at some point. Hopefully you're feeling better.
Yes.
And we'll get back to you. And shout out to HM3, the entire Sports Roundtable crew. Shout out to them. And again, the crew. And Luana. Again, thank you, Luana. And everybody, I'm sorry, I can't forget about the most important people. Audience. The fans.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Audience. If you're listening right now, thank you. We sincerely appreciate you listening. You can listen to this show and all archive shows all on iTunes, Google Play Music, SoundCloud. Just type in Switch Style Podcast and you can find us.
And we're going to come up.
Yeah, we're going to come up. Bam. And
stay up, Slick.
Stay up, Slick.
That's right.
Yeah, but guys, that's it. If you don't have anything else,
that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap on episode 31. Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.